no one ever comes up to me and goes like, "Hey, I like your columns." People
Well,
tell me.
no one says that anyway. Hello and welcome back to Dodgers Debate. I'm Jack Harris, the LA Times Dodger beat writer, along with one columnist, Phil Plaschke, and a jinx-riddling columnist.
Why did you write it's over? Why did you write that?
Because it is. They're gonna win tomorrow. It's gonna be fine.
It's not over. They're in big trouble. You kidding
They're
me?
in big trouble,
They have to win. Tomorrow's a must-win game for them. Must win.
and they will.
Yeah, Glass now against Sanchez. You like Glass all of a
I
sudden.
do. I'm a believer now.
And Ohtani's been terrible.
He has been, but they can win without him, like they did the World Series last year.
And why did he bring Kershaw in for?
Okay, hang on.
An eighth inning.
In case you're confused about this pronoun of they is the Dodgers who tonight were losers, and an 8-1 loss to the Philadelphia
I'm furious.
Phillies in Game 3 of the NLDS. Plaschke was at home for these first two games watching these great Dodger performances.
I get here and they
Yeah,
stink.
who's the
and they
jinx?
stink.
He showed up. They were fine until you showed up.
You wrote it's over. Don't ever
It
write
was
it's
over, and then the boogeyman showed up, and like everything's.
Never write it's
But
over.
that's still
Dylan.
fine. You were tweeting how they were going to go 13-0 in this postseason.
Oh yeah, but I didn't write that.
You tweeted it.
Twitter,
It's not the
Twitter
same.
is not
It is
right.
now. These days it is. No one ever comes up to me and goes like, "Hey, I like your columns." People
Well,
tell
no,
me.
no one says that
people
anyway.
People tell me, right? I like Dodgers Debate, and people tell me I like your. I
right.
follow you on Twitter.
Why do you think it's still over? If they don't win tomorrow,
You got
I don't-
Ohtani going.
I don't
With
see
Snell
them-
behind him. Maybe you start Snell.
You wrote they had to save Ohtani.
Yeah, he'll be fine this time.
All right.
Mentally the toughest athlete. I saw him. In the locker room before I approached him. That did not go well, by the way. But
Yeah, I was going to say,
well,
so tough. How many questions did he answer tonight?
but as many hits as he got. Oh, that's good. I'm going to use that in the column.
Oh God.
But I did see that guy Dean, the outfielder. I don't know what his first name is, but
Justin Dean.
Justin Dean came over.
You play the Dodgers
and-
who you don't know the first name of.
And they looked at each other and they kind of laughed and they kind of like bumped fists. Like, so, I mean, like in all
He
seriousness.
doesn't even know who Dean is.
Well, I mean, he did.
Tonight, Justin Dean was Clayton Kershaw's savior, getting him out of that 8th inning.
Yeah, but the one thing about Ohtani, he is very good at like just kind of turning the page, right? And now, granted, there is this kind of disconcerting pattern of the Phillies just kind of throwing all these
I
lefties
hope the LA Times readers can turn their page on you.
on me.
Right,
Are
it's
we
over.
colleagues?
Right, it's over.
You want them to stop reading me? Splash! Your traffic is my traffic.
Yeah.
My traffic is your traffic.
Don't say it's over. We can't say that.
Yes, it's over. It's over. They're fine. Worst comes, they'll go to Philadelphia, and then, because, I mean, here's the thing, right? It's like these things always unfold in the most inconvenient way for us possible. And the most inconvenient thing for us would be to have to go to Philadelphia and fly to Milwaukee from there.
That's true.
Which I kind of have a feeling might happen.
All right. So what happens? What happens tomorrow?
Look, I think the big takeaway from this game for me that applies to tomorrow is that for the first time this series, not only did the Phillies pitch better, but their star hitters were better.
They all got healthy.
Right. So this game flips because, remember, the first 3 innings tonight, the Dodgers had pressure on Aaron Nola. Yoshinobu Yamamoto retired 9 of his first 10. Tommy Edman hits that home run on a questionable time to bring in Ranger Suarez from Rob Thompson. And it, to me, it felt like the whole crowd could kind of smell blood in the water. Especially compared to the wild card series, the atmosphere here early was electric. And then Yoshinobu Yamamoto throws an elevated fastball to Kyle Schwarber. And it was just like that moment. It was the violence of the swing, how far the ball traveled.
That ball bounced off the roof.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. And it reminded me, in Game 1, we made a big deal about this Aaron Bates hitters meeting, but one of the things he said is Schwarber's going to hit an 800-foot bomb at some point. It's how we respond. And tonight the Dodgers did not respond well. Yoshinobu Yamamoto did not respond well. The defense did not respond well on that play 2 batters later where Pages, who has had a rough series, also rushes the throw. It bounces away from Muncy. It lets a run score. It sets up a sac fly. The Dodgers have to go through the whole underbelly of their bullpen. Tanner Scott wasn't here for a personal situation, but that forces
Well,
Clayton
you
Kershaw.
can't blame us on Tanner Scott.
No, but
But
the
it made
cumulative
Kershaw.
effect is that in all of these situations down the stretch tonight, these Phillies hitters at the top of the lineup, they got a got-right game which is a little concerning
that's
considering
the
you're
problem.
throwing. Yes,
You don't want to give these guys breath. You don't want to give them new life. You
right.
don't want to give
And
them
now,
juice.
and now
You don't
you're
wanna-
throwing. I know I've been on the Tyler Glasnow bus this year, but he is the least of your 4 starting pitching options. It's going to be his first real
Start in a
start,
month, right?
Like in 3 weeks, and
He's fresh.
that is one way to look at it.
You can't give the Phillies life.
And
You
I
give the
didn't.
Phillies life.
I'm gonna
That is
actually,
kind of the
let me
one
do
thing-
a live. I think the Phillies are going to throw Christopher Sanchez, but let me do a live check to see.
They are.
Because I did not.
They are.
Yeah.
I mean, that was kind of the thing, though, right? In this game here, Schwarber, like we've talked all year about the effect that Ohtani has on the Dodgers. And when
has the same effect on
he
Phillies.
hits he hits a bomb, it kind of gets the guys going. I felt that home run had that effect on the Phillies, right?
The Phillies have a really good team, and they've been silent until now. Now you gave them a new voice.
I mean, and I'm sure Yamamoto has never given up a home run that big in his life, right? I mean, there's no way anyone in Japan hit a ball that far.
What'd you compare it to?
Well, Matt Stairs to the second powder. I mean, Stairs hit his like halfway up the pavilion, and we were like, "Oh my God, like what a bomb!"
I was
This
here
thing-
for Matt Stairs.
Yeah, we were all here.
And we both wrote this over.
I think it was that year, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was that year.
The Phillies, whatever the shortcomings of their bullpen is, they've been able to kind of bring in lefties to kind of neutralize,
And they
Ohtani
didn't need to pitch
and-
Duran tonight.
and
That was
kind
huge.
of-
Huge.
right? And it's also kind of kept, right? Freddie's kind of been kept in check. Freddie hasn't been as bad as Ohtani, but those are the guys that usually kind of get you going, and they're kind of stuck in neutral right now.
And I'll give credit to the Phillies on this, which is there was a lot of, not second guessing, it happened before, but a lot of questioning of why Aaron Nola was starting this game. He had a 6 ERA this year. Yeah, he had a couple good starts at the end
I
of the
was
season.
stunned he started.
Yeah, but this worked perfectly because it allowed them to not have to get into those situations where they blew both of the first 2 games of the series. We're having to use David Robertson or Ryan Kerkering or Matt Strahm. And like Ranger Suarez, that's the kind of pitcher that the Dodgers do have trouble with sometimes. Like a veteran, crafty left-hander who's good on Ohtani, who's good on Freeman, who can stay away from some of the other power threats. You saw Max Muncy in a big moment tonight ground into a double play with probably their best chance to get back into the game. So going into tomorrow, I don't feel good. Now, I think the one thing about the state of the series for the Dodgers, it is that if the Phillies have to use Christopher Sanchez tomorrow, even if they win, the Dodgers still have Ohtani in Game 5. They'll still have Blake Snell available in Game 5. And, yeah, going to Philly and winning is tough, but when you have those pitchers against, I would assume it would probably be Jesus Luzardo, all the Dodgers would have to do is get an early lead in Game 5, and that place will, in the same way the Phillies were talking about after Game 2, the atmosphere at Citizens Bank Park can turn on them.
But
So I don't think it's a death nail, but it's
during
tougher than sweeping,
during the
obviously.
pregame press conferences, both Muncy and Roberts were asked, what happens if the Phillies win? And they both said, don't let that happen. Because when that happens, bad things are going to happen. You're going to give them breath. You're going to give them new life. You're going to let them back in it.
Yeah,
You
but
don't wanna
that's
do that.
But that's the same. That's the
Look,
same stuff.
None of us thought they were going to sweep the Phillies, right? I mean, look.
We all thought they were going to win
I mean,
tonight.
let's be honest, right? Like, I mean,
I asked you guys,
I wanted this to end today because we could get a couple of days off before going to Milwaukee, right? And it's going to be Milwaukee.
Dylan's still tired from all of his deadline gamers.
Right.
There's such a big toll on him that you're ripping out
I've been
year
doing 40,
after
I've been doing 40 years of that stuff.
No, look, we were being a little bit greedy, right? Like, we wanted it to end today. I still think that they're in fine shape. Because here's the thing, right? I mean, go back to the first 2 games of the series, particularly the last one, where you kind of see the Dodgers kind of making all those little plays, that kind of build into that
great
win.
plays.
And I was thinking about that, right? I mean, the flip side of that action is a very kind of small thing, but that play where Trey Turner had to kind of come running in. Now, granted, he's kind of going, in the opposite direction, whatever, but he makes an awkward throw home. It kind of goes to the catcher's backhand side.
on the Teo slide.
On the tail slide, right? And the thing is, I mean, it's like a foot the other way, like the guy's out, right? And the thing is, the Dodgers consistently make those types of plays. They made it in Game 2. They made it last postseason, right? And if this and plays like that come up in Game 4, I think they're going to be fine, right? The thing is, just don't just don't throw like a meatball to Schwarber, the way Yamamoto did.
Yeah.
So Schwarber and Turner were 1 for 14 going into this game.
Yeah.
They're very healthy now.
Yeah. But it could, that's the thing though, right? Ohtani he almost hit one out, right? In the, what inning was that, 6th or 7th? Yeah. I mean, the guy that caught it, what's it, Kepler, had his back against the wall.
Are you saying he had to bring Kershaw for a second inning?
That's what happened tonight. Yeah.
Was there any way he could have gotten around that?
Not without using one of his high leverage relievers, because all he had left at that point was Blake Trinan, who he still needed to pitch the ninth.
So you leave a retiring Hall of Famer out to get embarrassed, like he does every October.
I mean, but that's why he's on the roster, is to help cover. And like obviously, it was less than ideal to not because an inning of Tanner Scott there is definitely better than a second inning of Clayton Kershaw. Well, I don't know about definitely, but
who's the last position player like on the roster?
Kike Hernandez.
Know, you can't do it unless you're losing by a certain amount of runs.
Yeah, but
there's rules.
There's a rule. Well, how do you?
It was just sad.
You have to designate the guy as a two-way player.
No, but you can only use a position player if you're trailing by like 8 or 10.
Wait, so you can't. Well, what's the rule with Ohtani then?
He's a two-way player.
Okay,
yes.
so that's the thing. So you have.
It was just sad. It was sad to see Kershaw.
Why can't you just designate your whole team as two-way players?
Because you have to do a minimum 20 games.
All right, this is not baseball.
He's just learning the
you guys
rules.
realize there's a camera on us?
Yeah.
You have any idea about that? It was great
tonight.
tonight.
It's like it's not.
Oh, wouldn't it be smart if they were just all two-way players?
Well,
it was
doesn't
sad.
Kike have 20 innings?
No.
Fellas, there's a camera on you guys. Well, I'll see y'all later. We'll talk tomorrow night.
All right. No, I don't
Cut
know.
it.
Are we done?
We're
actually done.
Say it.
Yeah,
it's over.
Yeah, there we go.
Thank you.
Oh, that's good.